JD Sumlin, Bishop Alemany High School, class of 2021, running back, DB, receiver, and you're watching the show LA.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the show LA, episode 28. I'm AP. I'm solo dolo once again, man. And we've got a great show ahead of us today. This week's show, we're going to be featuring two folks on the Upperclassmen Watchlist. First and foremost, we've got Quattro Sumlin, senior to be at Bishop Alemany High School, transferred over from Sierra Canyon last year, where he was a threat, man. This guy could catch the ball out of the backfield. He could run with the best of them. But look for this dude to definitely be on everyone's radar after he performs this year for Bishop Alemany. And then on the other side, public school phenom from Inglewood High School, class of 2022, Taariq Al-Uqdah. This dude's picked up a lot of early offers, outside linebacker with some speed. You can find him in the backfield making plays routinely. And he's another guy who shined on the 7-on-7 circuit, actually with premium. We saw him up in Portland at the Passing Down 7-on-7 Northwest Regional. The dude is a baller, but stay tuned. And we've also got Black Coffee, as always, with Mr. John Brown. I'm AP. Stay tuned for another dope episode of the show LA. So JD, man, they call you Quattro. First and foremost, where'd you get the nickname Quattro?
I got the nickname because I'm the fourth. So ever since I was born, my dad came up with the name because I'm the fourth and Quattro, so it's catchy and everybody liked it.
You're somebody who hasn't picked up a ton of steam right now with the recruiting process, but you're somebody who we've always recognized as somebody who has, elite talent and is definitely, deserving to be on the radar for colleges. What is it about your game that you think, makes you an attractive prospect, as a college level athlete?
I feel like I'm a versatile player. I could line up in a backfield, at receiver slot, RDB, and I could do special teams too, kick returns, punt return. So I have like a lot of that in my game, and you could just throw me anywhere, and I feel like I'm a coachable player, and I'll do what coaches ask to do.
Who are some of those schools right now? You don't have any official offers yet, but who are some of those schools you think might be close to pulling the trigger?
I think UNLV, definitely San Jose State, Eastern Washington, BYU, Navy, Boise State, and schools like that.
Now, in particular, you can choose any of those schools you just mentioned. What have the coaches or recruiters said, about your game, and what have they said in terms of a timeline of maybe extending an offer?
They say they definitely like my game. Most of them say that they want to get out and see me, see how big I got, see how fast I got, see how much, I've been working on my game, and I feel like I've been working on my game enough. But yeah, they like they like that I'm versatile, that I could line up in the backfield and receiver, because that's what most running backs do today.
Now, are you looking forward to lining up in the backfield, predominantly when you get to the next level, or, do you like lining up out wide? What's your preference?
My preference is doing pretty much everything, where everybody put me, running back, receiver. I don't really have a preference. It's just I like both, so I'll do both, really.
You're at a new school this year. Casey Clausen and his team of coaches, they've been around for a while. We've seen them, kind of go up through the ranks from Oaks Christian to now they're at Alemany. What is it about Alemany's program and the Clausens that attracted you to want to go over there and join the squad with the Warriors?
I think it's a great program. I got some boys over there, and I like what they're doing with the athletes. The way they coach, their schemes. They really get the ball to the athletes, and they just let them work. And I think that's what coaches should do, and they're great coaches.
Now you're going to be lining up in the backfield, and it's kind of like that thunder and lightning, duo over there with you and Floyd Chalk, right? What kind of relationship do you have with Floyd, and what are you looking forward to doing with him this year?
Chalk, my boy. I feel like we really gonna be a problem in the backfield, both of us. We could do so many things, and it's just you can't stop both of us. So it's gonna be hard for defenses to just really play against us because we bring so much to the table, and we close.
You just left Sierra Canyon. I know one of your close guys over there. Definitely DJ Harvey, Virginia Tech commit. What things have you been able to, build on with DJ over the years, playing with him, from youth up through now?
That's my boy on and off the field. We really make each other better. From working out to off the field, from lifting to just talking about plays, talking about everything that goes on in the field, and we have that relationship. And it's crazy to see how far we came playing in youth football to playing in high school. We just really have fun together, and we built a relationship, and we really got better from our freshman year to now. If you really see, we really got better because we put in the work.
What's your thought process, man, when you have the ball in your hands? Because like I said, we've seen you play multiple times, and it seems like whenever you get a carry, you're not going to go down with that first guy. What are you telling yourself in your head every time you touch the rock?
My process is just, I can't go down. Just run hard and just use my feet, use my vision, and just everything will happen, I think. And, I try not to let the first guy tackle me, and I just go from there. I just hit the hole.
Your dad is instrumental, with your training regimen, and being a mentor, obviously, to you with the game of football, right? What are some of the things, specifically that he's taught you over the years that you remind yourself of day in and day out?
My dad taught me everything. He taught me to always compete, no matter what. Always try to be the best, whether that's in a classroom, on the football field, and train hard to get where you want to go. And just always have that in your mind that people might not think you're the best, but just know you are the best, and just show everybody what you're about.
Now, do you guys have Sierra Canyon on the schedule this year with Alemany?
No, we don't.
Well, if you do get a chance to play Sierra Canyon, let's say, playoff time comes around, is it going to be any bad blood out there? Are you going to be wolfing on the field? What's that going to be like, do you think?
I mean, no, it's not going to be no bad blood, but, they're going to talk. I'll probably talk a little, but, it's all love at the end of the day because those are my boys, but it's still going to be a little trash talking.
Now, once COVID, gets a little bit better for us and they start lifting restrictions, do you have any schools that you want to go visit?
Yeah, I have a couple. I want to visit like some Mountain West schools, some Pac-12 schools, like Boise State, Washington, Utah, and Eastern Washington, and San Jose State, UNLV.
Now, what's your advice to other players who might be in your shoes, right? You're about to be a senior. You are a senior right now, doing the distance learning thing. But what's your advice to people who are in your shoes who might be waiting on offers later on? Some people get the offers freshman, sophomore year, but you're in your senior year right now. What would you say to those guys who are still sticking it out and trying to grind for that first look?
My advice is just to stay focused, control what you can, make sure your grades right, just stay on the grind. Even though you might feel like it's not gonna happen or you feel unfocused, you just gotta stay on it because the time will come, and just stay focused and just stay on it, just stay on the grind.
Now, in terms of the classroom, right, you don't have athletics without academics, right? What do you say your mentality is in your approach to your academic life?
My approach is, without school, can't play football. You can't go far without school. So I always just got to take that serious and have that in mind because football is my joy, but you can't get there without school. So you got to take that serious.
All right, well, Quattro Sumlin, man, we appreciate you having I'm going to run it back. Right. Quattro Sumlin, we appreciate having you on the show, LA, man. We're looking forward to getting out and covering a ton of Alemany games this year and see what you guys are about. Last year we were there when you weren't, and you guys exited the playoffs early against Corona Del Mar. But, we know Coach Clausen and the squad you have over there is going to get you guys right back into the playoffs. So best of luck this season, man. And thanks again for coming on the show, LA.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks again, man, Quattro, for coming on the show, LA. We really appreciate you. We're looking forward to following you on this new journey at Bishop Alemany. Coach Casey Clausen has you guys as a perennial playoff team, so we know you guys are going to make a run this year, but we're looking forward to catching up with you during the season with the show, LA, man, and best of luck to you.
I'm Taariq Al-Uqdah, class 2022, outside linebacker, Inglewood High School, and you're watching the show, LA.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is AP with the show, LA. We got class of 2022 linebacker Taariq Al-Uqdah on the show today from Inglewood High School, man. It was crazy for you. You know, we were talking about it just a minute ago. Your very first offer, you got it last summer. A lot of people wait on that first offer, and it's not necessarily their dream school, but, you know, talk about your first offer. It was pretty big, man. A big time Pac-12 school right in your backyard. Walk everybody through it, man. What was the feeling like? What were you thinking inside? Who did you call when it first happened? Just walk us through that.
My first offer was USC, and I was pumped when I got it. Well, so we was at the camp, and I was on campus when I got the offer. I was playing a tournament there like a couple days before, and I sold out, played good in the tournament. Then they told me to come to a camp. They invited me to a private camp the next couple days, and then I went to that camp. And then afterwards, you know, I did my thing at the camp. Afterwards, they put me into the office, and then he told me that he was offering me a scholarship. Yeah, the first person I called was my mom. Like, I wanted because my dad, he was on his way there. I wanted him to see in person because that's his dream school. He loves SC. He ride or die. So yeah, when he found out, it was crazy for him.
What was the reaction like, you know, from some of your friends, you know, or your other family members when the news broke to them? You know, was your phone blowing up? What was it like?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. My phone was blowing up. I ain't never seen my phone blow up so much. Everything, it was weird. It was like everything changed. Like, more people want to talk to you and all this stuff. And so yeah, it was way different. A lot of people, it was happy.
We noticed you on the 7-on-7 circuit, you know, earlier this year before everything got shut down for COVID up in Portland, you know, and you were balling up at the passing down, you know, 7-on-7 in Portland. In particular, how is 7-on-7, you know, and Coach Fig and Premium, how have they helped you develop your game?
They've helped me a lot, especially with covering, like, and my IQ, like playing the game smart, you know, and yeah, they've helped me a lot, improving my my skills is covering, you know, especially me with my size. I'm not the biggest dude, so I can't just I gotta be able to do everything. I gotta be versatile in the field.
You're at Inglewood High School. You know, that was actually one of the first high schools that we went to do mixtapes back in the day. It was like 2009. We were actually out at Inglewood. Inglewood is not the route that a lot of guys are going. A lot of guys are running, you know, to the private schools, or they're trying to go at these schools that they know are people are going to put them on, or they'll have more of a spotlight. But you're at Inglewood and you're getting those offers. You know, you have 6 early offers. What would you say to people who think that they have to go the private school route, you know, because that's the opposite of what you're doing, but you're still getting the looks? You know, how are you making it work for you?
You ain't got to do all that. It's more about who you know. And I was lucky enough to meet Coach Fig and Coach Melvon along the way of this whole process of me playing football. And so with that, you know, just do you know, you can go wherever and ball. Anybody does it. You've seen it, like, it's people that go to schools where, like, nobody knows, somehow they end up a big name, you know, so that don't really matter. You ain't got to chase nobody, you know, do your own thing.
You have 3 of your offers right now are from Pac-12 schools, you know, right in your backyard. You got some Big 12 offers, and, you know, and some other schools that have offered. Who are the schools that haven't offered that you would say, man, I would love to get an offer from them?
Cal. I would love an offer from, let me see. Dang, that's a good question right there. I've always loved Oregon. Michigan. The Michigan one, I don't think Michigan bad.
It's COVID right now, right? So you can't get around and you can't go on campuses and visit schools, right? Do you have you had a chance to get on campus to any schools besides USC before COVID hit?
Oh yeah, actually we went to Portland. We got to go see a few schools. We went to go see Oregon State, and Washington.
Now, what would you do if Oregon offered? You know, would you say that's one of your dream schools?
Yeah, most definitely. Since I was a little kid, but heck yeah. I love
now, is it the uniforms, or what is it about Oregon that makes them so attractive?
Okay, because I love the Michael James. That's where, like when I first started playing football, I wanted to play running back because of Michael James. And then DeAnthony Thomas too. Like my brother went to school with DeAnthony Thomas and played with DeAnthony Thomas at Crenshaw. And so I've always thought of him like, oh yeah, he was an inspiration and stuff like that. So yeah, I always looked up to him.
So I might have seen you on the sidelines or seen you at some of those games, because that's around when we first started. So we would cover those games with DeAnthony, Hayes Pillard, Marcus Martin. And I remember DeAnthony Thomas playing DB, and he used to smack people. People don't really know that. DeAnthony Thomas used to come down with that speed, man, and you didn't really want to see him. But those were fun. Those are fun games to watch back in the day, man. But that's throwing it back. That's over 10 years ago. So that's crazy that you grew up around that team and now you're kind of in that same position today. Who are the schools that you want to visit? Once COVID restrictions are lifted and you can get out and visit schools, whether or not they've offered or you're still waiting on an offer, who do you want to go see?
If I could, I would say everybody, but I can't. But all the schools that offer me that I haven't visited, Washington State, Kansas. I want to go see Kansas. I want to go visit UCLA, even though that's around. I've never actually been on a visit there though. Like I said, Michigan. I would love to visit Ohio State. And then Colorado. I want to visit Colorado bad. Yeah, it's more, but I can't think of it right now.
So like you said, you're not, one of the super tall, type of linebackers. You're a speed guy, playing outside. What do the college coaches say in particular, that they like about your game? Why did they extend those offers to you?
They like the aggression, even though they like how I'm like a bullet, like I shoot. So, I'm coming down fast and hard. So that's what they like. And in my house, how I play the game, I play smart. I'm in the back. A lot of times I'm in the backfield before the play gets started. So
you were saying that, some of those schools haven't offered yet that you would probably want to offer from. This is your chance right now. If you could look those coaches in the eye, from those schools that you're still looking for an offer from, why do they need to offer Taariq?
I got a guy that's going to come in and work hard. I'm not scared to compete. I compete with anybody. And I'm hungry. I'm on a mission, not playing.
We haven't had a chance the last few seasons to get out, to Inglewood, but we're definitely going to come check out some games this season, man. I'm looking forward to it, but I appreciate you, man, joining the show, LA. And, we want to chronicle the journey and stay tuned with your progress and what you're doing on the field. But thanks again, man, for coming on the show, LA. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I'm Taariq Al-Uqdah. Inglewood High School, and if you guys are looking for a public high school that's on the rise, you're not scared to compete, come check out Inglewood. Coach Melvin, he's treats you open arms and good mentors. It's not just about football. We're trying to better you as men.
Okay, this is John Brown. I got some more black coffee for you. I should be charging y'all fools for this information because this stuff is valuable. It took me a long time to get all this stuff together. And so y'all better buy some cane protein, I know that, especially if I'm just dropping this knowledge for free. So let's talk about college, freshman year. A lot of times guys get to college and they don't make the traveling squad. They freak out or they have to redshirt. Listen, this is for mothers and fathers. Whether you make the traveling squad as a freshman starts when he's 5 years old, okay? You gotta be real with yourself. If little Johnny ain't good, little Johnny ain't shit, you need to be honest. But he can improve, but you gotta put the work in. See, most kids are lazy and most parents are lazy. So mom and dad, you can't be lazy. Get his little ass up and make him run. Mom, don't get involved with the father. Don't say you're doing too much, you're working too hard. You can't say that, you gotta stay out of the way, stay out of that. Let him do what he thinks is best. Fathers, you got to make sure little Johnny is what you think he is. Because when he gets to college, they don't give a shit about you, nobody else. He got to make the grade. He has to make sure he's the guy, separate himself from the other guy. That comes down to hard work. It's just, look, there's no Superman in the world. Everybody put their pants on one leg at a time. So the only reason Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods are good because they put in more work. You got to make sure your son or your daughter, you got to put the work in with them. You can't be lazy. Your kids are going to be lazy. I'm just going to tell you right now, okay? I got 3 kids and everyone say, oh, those guys are unbelievable. Guess what, though? I had to make them get their butts up and go. They never said no, and no was not an option in my house. You understand that? So I believe in making your kids do things. Guess what? We all agree to make them go to school every morning. If my son says, Papa, I don't want to go to school anymore, I'm not going to say, oh, that's, okay, well, we can't make him. Just let him stay home. No. Everyone agrees it's okay to make him go to school. No one gets mad at you. And I'm telling you right now, for some black coffee, some real shit, you make him or her ass do whatever sport you want. But make sure it's not freaking swimming or some badminton or some bullshit like that. Make sure it's a sport that if they become a world champion, they get paid for it. That's my black coffee for your ass today.
All right, another dope episode of the show, LA, man. I want to thank Quattro and Taariq for joining us. Stay tuned for next week's episode of the hottest high school football show in Southern California, the show LA. I'm AP, and I'm out.